Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, today we are going to have our chapter number 11, theorem 11.5, and this is your lecture number 18a. Here is the statement of the theorem 11.5. If three or more parallel lines make congruent segments on a transversal, up to here this is given. What is given? We have three parallel lines, L, M and N. A transversal T intersects them at points A, B, C in such a way that AB is congruent to BC. Congruent segments. Congruent segments mean AB is congruent to BC on the transversal. Now, what is to prove that they also intersect congruent segments on any other transversal, on any other line? For example, the other line is T dash. So it is intersecting them at points D, E and F. And we have to prove that DE is congruent to EF. So this is what to prove. Dear students, what is given we are going to write down. Given is L is parallel to M is parallel to N. A transversal T intersects them at points A, B and C such that AB is congruent to BC. Another transversal, another line T dash also intersects them at points D, E and F. Dear students, what is given? L is parallel to M is parallel to N. A transversal T intersects them at points A, B, C in such a way that AB is congruent to BC. This is given. To prove is, and rather T dash is another transversal which is intersecting them at points D, E, F. What to prove? To prove is DE is congruent to EF. DE is congruent to EF. After that, we will write down the construction. In case of construction, draw DG parallel to T and EH parallel to T. Also, name the angles as in the figure. Name the angles as in the figure. Again, I am repeating. Construction is draw DG parallel to T, or you can say parallel to AB or parallel to ABC. Similarly, draw EH parallel to T or parallel to ABC. Basically, in case of parallelism of lines, equality of line is not important. For example, my arm is parallel to my finger. Although lengths are different, but they are parallel, they are never intersecting each other. So, construction is draw DG parallel to T, EH parallel to T. DG parallel to T and EH parallel to T. Name the angles angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4 as shown in the figure. As shown in the figure. Dear students, that was your construction. After that, the most important part of your theorem is proof. Proof. Statements and reasons. Statement and reason. From the diagram, you can check ADGB is a parallelogram. Why? Because L is parallel to M means AD is parallel to BG. Similarly, DG is parallel to T means DG is parallel to AB. So it means that ADGB is a parallelogram. ADGB is a parallelogram. Why? Because AD is parallel to BG and AB is parallel to DG. This parallelogram. You have seen in 11.1 theorem in given. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if all the opposite sides are parallel and equal. Here is, you can say, if this is a parallelogram, then DG is congruent to AB. Opposite sides of parallelogram. Opposite sides of parallelogram. But AB is congruent to BC. That is given. Hence, BC is congruent to GH. BC is congruent to GH. Why? Dear students, ADGB is a parallelogram. BG is congruent to AB, opposite sides of parallelogram. But AB is equal to BC. This is given. And BC is congruent to EH because BEHC is also a parallelogram. BEHC is also a parallelogram. Why? Because EH is parallel to T mean EH is parallel to BC. Similarly, BE is parallel to CH because M is parallel to N. Because M is parallel to N, therefore, you can say that BC is congruent to GH. Here is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. Hence, thus, DG is congruent to GEH. This was EH. BC is congruent to EH. So we can say DG is equal to AB, AB is equal to BC, BC is equal to EH, then DG is equal to EH from 1, 2 and 3. Now dear students, we have two triangles. Now, we have two triangles. What are the two triangles? Now, in the correspondence of triangle DEG with triangle EFH, DEG, DEG and EFH, these are the two triangles. Therefore, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, corresponding angles. corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. And here is also, if EH is congruent to DG, then EH is parallel to DG. Why EH is parallel to DG? Because both are parallel to D. Therefore, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. They are corresponding angles. Similarly, DG is congruent to EH. That is proved. Just proved. And angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. Corresponding angles. Dear students, now you can see the triangle, therefore, triangle DEG is congruent to triangle EFH. That is angle side angle postulate. You know that we have three possibilities, in which one is that angle side angle postulate, side side side, and side angle side. Hence these two triangles. If these two triangles are congruent, then DE is congruent to EF. So DE is congruent to EF. They are corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Dear students, D is congruent to EF. That was our requirement, that was our result. And you can see that we have proved this theorem, and I hope that you understood different parts. And if you revise and remember that sometime I am telling you out of the book. I am not taking these names which are given to you in your book, but don't worry, you must understand the steps. Terms are not important, U, V, W or L, M, N or X, Y, Z or A, B, C. Don't worry about this. After that, I am giving you the assignment, that is chapter number 11. After completion of this chapter, assignment chapter 11, this is review exercise 11, page 208, 209, pages 208 and 209. You will have this assignment, and I hope that you can solve them with the help of your theorem which we have just proved, and inshallah you can solve them. And if there is any problem, any confusion, don't worry, don't hesitate to contact me, and inshallah we'll solve that problem. Okay, Allah Hafiz and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.